Hey Angels, it's Lookin' Bratz aka Dom here with a new video, and this one is going to be a little different from ones that I've done in the past. So if you've seen maybe like 2 videos prior, I'm not sure how long ago I uploaded the video that I filmed about an hour and a half ago. A few 2 weeks ago now almost, I cleaned out my really big closet with a bunch of dolls in it, and I've been finding dolls. I've been finding dolls that I want to restore and really, have things that aren't like, oh no, I forgot my pickle. Mom just texted me I forgot my pickle from I had a burger and I forgot the pickle. Should I reply? Hey, she's gonna put my pickle in the fridge. Is this gonna make the cut? I still have a bunch of dolls that I've bought over however long of time I've had them. This doll I will say I've had in my collection for a really long time, and I'll give some backstory as to how I got her. For a lot of other dolls, it's just been dolls that I've had that may have been previously on display and then I kind of just threw into a bin. But I really want to fix a lot of things up, and I want to like either put them on display or store them really nicely so that it's a bit more organized and that the dolls are in a better condition as they are stored. So I've had this one doll, and recently someone I follow, Amar, I think his username is A3Boys. If not, it's something else right now. I know him as A3Boys, and he posted his Teen Trends doll, and it had me thinking, like, I've had a Teen Trends doll for a long time. I've had it for about 11 years almost, and it's been kind of just stored away. And I'm pretty sure I cleaned her when I first bought her in 2012. I found her at a thrift store, and she was about $8, which was like a pretty good deal. It was like one of my first times going to a thrift store, and I always wanted this doll. But then once I got her, I didn't do much with her because I had so many other dolls at that point. Now I'm like, for like the past maybe year or two, I've thought about like putting her out and putting her on display. What was that? Oh, it was a little rubber band. But I've had this Teen Trends doll for a long time now, like 11 years. And I was like, you know what? I really want to do something more with her, maybe display her, give her like a better life, because I think she's a really cute doll, but I haven't shown her any love. She's just been, I think I fixed her up, I put her back in this box, and then I just stored her away forever. But that's all going to change because I really want to fix her. So this is her outside box, and she came in her box. And you know what? I learned that Teen Trends dolls aren't that hard to find recently. And I don't know if like when I bought this, she was hard to find. I don't know. I just thought $8 was too good to pass up. But now I think they're being sold for like really low prices. Maybe not $8 low, but like decently low. But I think it's time to like open her, show her off. But her box is really cute. I love this like star and this like belt buckle moment. And so if you don't know the controversy though, so this is Kiana with 2 N's, and this was released in 2005, I believe. Is there a date? Yeah, so this was 2005. And then that same year, Kiana with 1 N came out in the Bratz Wild Wild West line. What am I on right now? Wild Wild West line. And there was a controversy, and there wasn't like an actual lawsuit, I believe, but I think Mattel threatened to do some sort of copyright lawsuit infringement type deal. And MGA stopped using Kiana technically after 2005, except in 2006, they actually recycled Kiana for the rodeo line with some horse play sets. And then obviously Kiana came back last year, and on and off they've used the Kiana name several times. I do believe that Kiana was supposed to get a baby's doll, which never happened, but her artwork does appear in a fashion pack. And one time on the Bratz Little Angelz website, they did say one of the dolls was Kiana, but it was actually Kian-E, which is another Bratz doll, which is actually like right behind me in my Bratz pad, behind my Hotties dolls. So very weird, like Bratz names. And Bratz Line, the podcast, did this episode recently where they talked about Bratz names, and they were talking about like the Kiana, Kiani, Kiana, like that whole, Kirana is also another Bratz name I'm thinking of. So like very like similar names in the Bratz universe. So yeah, this is the technically original Kiana with 2 N's from Teen Trends. And this is this is the doll that caused a fuss, I guess, with the name thing. And in the box, like, it's damaged on the sides here, and maybe I'll glue that down or something, or I don't know. I want to fix it up. Like, I really want to, like, preserve this box and keep it, of course. But all I have in here, and I just felt something fall. I don't know if it was something important. She has her little lookbook. And then we also have, like, the doll. And so she's obviously looks a mess. She looks atrocious. And I have to say, when I open this box, and if anybody else owns a Teen Trends doll, can you please let me know, do they smell weird? Because mine has smelled weird ever since I bought her. She smells like crayons, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a strong scent of crayons, but like melted crayons. And I noticed recently, this hasn't happened before, but the plastic on her face is shiny and it's starting to like get sticky. And I don't know what that's all about. She has Kanekalon here, which is not my favorite hair fiber. It's not a terrible fiber, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Kanekalon. It's very soft and silky, but I've just never been a fan of it, to be honest. I know some people are. And something else I never liked about this doll was her joints and limbs are just very loose. It's almost giving like ventriloquist dummy vibes. But I do think facially, she is really cute. And I think her overall vibe, I like that she was like more of like a punk rock. She was kind of like the Jade of the group, I would say. And I do think she's a really cute doll, and I do want to fix her up. Maybe give her a new hairstyle, obviously get rid of that residue on her face and make it like, you know, not sticky. I don't know if there's anything I can really do about these limbs. Like, I feel like they're just loose. I don't know. I'm gonna unzip her jacket. I'm gonna see if there's anything causing that. I think that is just how the dolls are. Like, do you see the limb? Because they're like a string. This was such an interesting doll line. Like, I can't say it was strange because it was pretty normal, but just like considering, like, it almost kind of feels like a teen version of American Girl in a sense, but it is an American Girl even though they are from Mattel. I just want to know if there's like a way I can like, can I pop the joint in more? Like, I'm really like not a fan of this articulation, I have to say. And it's been one of like the main reasons why I haven't like opened the doll really and like played with her ever since I bought her, was because she's just kind of like, but I did buy something for her, like a new fashion. Her original fashion is pretty cool, and I like how there's like real zippers on everything, and even on her pants it's like real zippers, and like I just think that's really nice. And the shoes like have like are laced up. She's a pretty cool doll, and I like the outfit, but I wanted to give her something more, I don't know, something I would appreciate more. And if you look in her lookbook, they actually show off some of her fashion packs. So all of the Teen Trends girls had like a fashion packs that like corresponded to them and accessory packs. And she actually has a blurb inside, and she's like a little bit of artwork there. And it says, "Sup, I'm Kiana. I'm all about living on the edge, so I'm into the punk look. Some people say it matches my attitude. LOL. You're totally gonna dig what I've got going on with my hair. You seem nice. Let's be friends. Am I a Taurus or what?" Oh, right. And she's kind of giving me like an Avril Lavigne vibe, if I'm being honest. And Avril Lavigne was super big at that point in time, so that makes sense. And then obviously she loves the color black. I love this like artwork here of her doing a little kick. And then when you turn the pages, it shows you some fashion pack looks. And hello, which one do you think caught my eye? It was this one, of course. And it says like Punkarella, and I don't know if they actually, oh, they do name it here. So here it says Night Out, but I swear on another thing it says like Concert Look or something. And she does come with concert tickets, so maybe they just changed the name last minute or something, like in between marketing the dolls and also like producing the fashion packs. But this is the Night Out fashion pack, and I actually bought it. And if you couldn't tell why I like it so much, it's because it reminds me so much of the Bratz Wicked Twins, which actually came out after this. And I don't know if like maybe they pulled inspiration from the same designer. I don't know if like what the piece would be based on. Honestly, like I don't know which fashion designer would have designed a piece like that. But that look is like 100% either Ciara or Diona. I want to say it's Diona, who had the green, like her color scheme was black and green, and the other one was black and pink. And I actually do have them up in my Bratz pad, but I don't have the green skirt actually. I only have the pink skirt. So I have the, whoever, I think it's Ciara, who has pink. And she's dressed in her outfit, except for the boots. I don't have the boots, unfortunately, which I really want for those dolls. But I kind of was like, yeah, I think I need to get that. And I did. I found it, and it was actually relatively not that much. It wasn't expensive at all. And here it is. And I'm excited to like dress her in this. And I think it's just neat how they have like, obviously like it's like a whole closet thing, and then you can build the closet. It does give American Girl in a sense, but like more of like a playline version of American Girl. I'm just really excited to like actually attempt to really enjoy this doll, because I did it in the past, but I think she looks so cool in this outfit. And I kind of want to give her like a new hairstyle. I kind of want to give her crimps. I'm not sure. I just wish like she wasn't like this. I wish she wasn't like a ventriloquist dummy type articulated doll. Should I open this now? Maybe I'll just open this now real quick, just to give a look at like what she has in here, because these are really cool pieces. And this is the only one I could find. I think Kiana's pieces are a little bit harder to find, whereas the other characters, you'll have an easier time finding their things. And she comes with this like pleather studded choker. Is it a choker? I think it's actually a bracelet, because her choker is actually really cool and it's not this part. But I'm surprised this pleather isn't peeling. I just said that in my last video that I filmed about the hotties, and I was really surprised their pleather didn't peel. And yeah, it's like a pleather bracelet. It's studded. It has a little buckle on it, and that is electroplated. That's a cool piece. And then she comes with this little makeup palette, and it's all right. I like kind of like, I think it's like little lip glosses. They're like lip shaped, and it's like stickers, and they're peeling up a little bit, so I'll just close that. And then this part I really loved, and it's this choker, and I just thought it looked so cool. Like the beading on this is just really nice, and then like this is real metal, like the hook, like it's all like real metal, and I just thought it looked really nice for a doll, like a playline doll. So I'm excited to dress her up. And then she also comes with concert tickets, or just a concert ticket, and it says super cool band and the even better one at City Center Arena. And it's on Wednesday, December 4th, and it has like all these like little details on it. That's cute. And the boots, I thought they were sticky at first, but they're not. She comes with these boots that I'm not actually that into. They're cute, they're all right. I just don't like that little tiny heel. I wish it was like more of like a boot. Maybe like combat boots or something, I think would have looked really good. But let's actually open up the fashion, which we can now fully see. So she comes with a hanger, and I'm thinking I'm gonna put her other outfit on this, and I actually want to soak her outfit in soap just to like really clean it. And then here's the top. It's like this nice velvet fabric, and this piece is like so like impressively made. It's like real clothing almost. I'm really like digging this fashion pack. I think like it's just impressive that like, you know, Mattel would do this with playline dolls back in the day, but they can't do it now for playline dolls. I feel like they can barely do it for some collector dolls, if we're being fair. And here's her skirt, and it also has a purse attached to it. And it's like very layered. I love like all of like the different like the tulle. Is it tulle? Is that what that fabric is? Tulle. And then like this portion, like it looks really, really good. And then this nice little fuzzy purse moment. It's so cute. Sorry, like I'm standing. I have to stand. And then she comes with these striped leggings, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I'll probably still put her in. But I'm going to clean her up, and what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm attempting to take you with me to go clean her up and fix her up, so that we can make this also a restoration video and show you the process of what I'm going to do to her in order to yassify her, I guess, or just like revitalize this doll. So I'm going to take you away, and we're gonna go to my sink. Welcome to my sink. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a bowl, and I'm going to put some dish soap in it. I just use regular Dawn dish soap, or whatever dish soap is really cleaning, but I make sure the water is hot so that when I soak the clothes in, it really cleans it well. I'm going to grab all of my clothing pieces, and I'm going to put them in the bowl of hot water and dish soap. And just be careful not to burn your hands during this process. I kind of just put them in quickly, and then sometimes I'll take the end of a comb and I'll swirl them around inside. What I do next is I get a soft toothbrush. I don't use this on my teeth, do not worry, it's just a spare toothbrush. I usually tend to get them from the Dollar Tree, or if I have any spare ones in a set. And then I'm going to put some baking soda on it. And the shoes were a little bit sticky, so I wanted to try to get that sticky residue off the shoes. So I'm just scrubbing with that baking soda. Make sure to rinse off the baking soda really well so that it's all off the shoe. I also let these soak in the warm dish soap along with the clothing, and then afterwards I let them soak for about 30 to 45 minutes. Next up, I grab the actual doll. I pulled her hair back because the first thing I want to work on is getting that sticky residue off of her face. So I just wet her face a little bit and her hair will get wet in the process, which we're going to wash it later, so that's completely fine. Then I grab the toothbrush with the baking soda on it and I really try to scrub it into her face. I grabbed some more baking soda on that toothbrush, and I wet the toothbrush a little bit just to try to make it more of a paste so that I can really just scrub in all the crevices of her face and making sure that I'm really getting all of that residue off of her. I made sure to rinse off the baking soda really well, but then I went back in with even more because I wanted to make sure that I got every part of the head. So I'm going back on the face just to make sure I didn't miss any spots. But then eventually I'm going to also get the back of her head just so that we're not missing anything. And then we're going to move on to scrubbing the rest of the body because I did notice there was a sticky residue on certain parts of the body. I also scrubbed down the body really well because I figured it might help with that degrading plastic crayon smell that was coming from the doll. Next, I brushed down the hair with an actual hairbrush, and I made sure to do it down to the sides of her hair just to follow her original parting. And as you might be able to see, the thatching did get really messed up. It was already messed up before, but also just putting the doll in the sink just really did not help it. And this is Kanekalon hair, and I do feel like it tends to get a little bit ratty when you get it wet and then it gets all up in the sink and then it gets a little tangled. So we're just going to detangle it really quick. And then we're going to take that dish soap and we're going to basically shampoo her hair with it. I used to use actual shampoo in doll hair, but I've found that Dawn dish soap really cleans it well and it's gentle enough. I mean, have you seen the commercials with them using it on penguins? So clearly it is a bit more safe. And I also work the soap into the face to get rid of any like residue or anything from the baking soda. And I just really work it into the hair just to make sure there's no dirt or anything in it. And the hair did get a little bit like sticky because of the residue on the face. So we're just going to get anything out of it and then rinse it really well. Make sure to wash out all the dish soap in the hair. I also squeeze the hair to make sure there's like no soap left. And if there is, I go back in and I rinse it even more. Now we're going to put some hair conditioner in her hair. And yes, I only use hair conditioner please, I am begging you, please do not use fabric softener. I know that a lot of people see it as a hack for doll hair, but just like certain fabrics, fabric softener is not really safe for doll hair, and while you may see results in the moment, the doll hair can degrade over time, so I just use actual hair conditioner for human hair, and you don't have to use any expensive ones. You can use even a dollar store hair conditioner or one of the cheaper ones like Suave from the drugstore, and just work it into the hair. And I use a comb and I comb it out, and I don't know if you can hear it, but maybe when it's more dry, when you're brushing out Kanekalon or combing it, it tends to sound very papery, which I dislike. And I just keep combing it through and just making sure that I'm saturating the hair with the hair conditioner. As I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm not messing too much with the thatching and combing her hair down to the sides. Sometimes people tend to brush out the thatching and then mess up the parting, so make sure you're not doing that if you're trying to use a similar method. I take a rat tail comb and I make sure that I'm just soaking and saturating the hair with conditioner, but also trying to make sure I'm not messing too much with the thatching, which I'm going to fix more once the hair is dry because it's going to be a little bit easier once it's dry. Make sure you're really washing that conditioner out. You don't want too much residue or anything being left over. And once that's all over, we're just going to comb it out a little bit more, making sure that the hair is just staying down, it's not knotted or tangled. I turned on the cold water and now I'm soaking the hair in cold water just to sort of mend everything. I like to use cold water after I've used hot and warm water just to like really, I don't know, it's just a step in the process that I've always done. I don't know if it does anything, but I like to do it. After I've rinsed out all the conditioner, I like to just squeeze the hair to get rid of all of that water. And then I'm going to comb it out a little bit more with that rat tail comb so that when I leave it out to dry, it's not tangled or anything. So far, Kiana is looking really good at this point. So now what we're going to do is let her dry on top of a beach towel or a bath towel, whatever you prefer. Let's get back to the clothing, but before that, I'm going to wipe down my sink because we do need to take care of our facilities and spaces as we're working with our dolls. I'm going to take each piece of clothing that I let soak in that dish soap, and I'm going to rinse it under warm water and making sure that I'm getting all the soap residue off of it. And I also squeeze out the clothes to make sure there's no soap left in them. One of my favorite parts is dumping the water. I mean, look at all the color that came off. Sometimes it's dirt, that's why I wash all my dog clothes after thrifting, but also, I think that was also the dye that was used on the clothing, so it could be a mix of both. It could just be one or the other. Then I let all of the clothing pieces dry on that towel next to the doll, and I waited a few days before I actually worked more on her. All right, it's been a few days since I started working on Kiana. I want to say it's been almost a week, but not quite yet a week. And I washed her up, obviously, as you saw through the process. And then once her hair dried down, I fixed her thatching. And then it kind of like, just because it's Kanekalon hair, it tends to like be very like, it goes all over the place. So I have to do a bit more of that, because even though I thatched it, it's still kind of, you know, you see the bald spots there. So I'm probably going to end up like thatching it a bit more. And then I tried to wet it again because I wanted to lay it down better. And then something I noticed with the joints, I had to like have the joints like open like this. Like if you don't notice, there's like a string in the joints, and it's like a fabric string, and they get wet, and I was just really scared about things getting moldy. And I also noticed that they smelled, like they picked up the smell that the doll had, and I think it might have been like degrading plastic or something like that. So I just wanted to make sure that it was all dried up. And then her face is no longer sticky, so that's a big plus. I feel like we can't really see the doll here just because she's so tall. So here's her face, and she's a really pretty doll though. Like I really do enjoy her. I just wish, you know, obviously the quality for this doll had been better, but it's been probably 18 years since this doll came out. So there's no point in really complaining too much now. And I put her in the fashion pack outfit, and I really do love it. I just love like all the details on this skirt. I think everything just looks super cool. The one thing I do wish it came with had been earrings. Like I think earrings would have really helped complete this look. And we're gonna do some stuff with her hair. I have my flat iron ready to go, and I really like this flat iron. Surprisingly, I got it from Burlington, and you know, a lot of like flat irons from Burlington, like they're hit or miss. I think a lot of their products are generally. You can probably tell she's been through a few things because there's like product all up on the sides of this. I should probably wipe this down soon. But the thing I like about this flat iron is that it is temperature control. So if you're at Burlington and you're looking at flat irons, or just generally, make sure there is a temperature control. This one goes down to 140, and I like a nice low temperature for saran hair and also Kanekalon hair. And this is the Almost Famous flat iron. I don't know if they're still selling this specific one or if they might have other temperature controlled ones. I highly recommend getting a temperature controlled flat iron for doll hair, because with fibers like saran and Kanekalon and even polypropylene, they can't handle super high temperatures. And with like saran and polypropylene, I would do it with the hair wet, and then with nylon you have to do it with the hair dry. And then nylon can handle really high heat, which is really beneficial. Like that's why I really like that hair fiber, and it can also really hold styles well. So that's what I recommend. And also I'm noticing a lot of flyaways, like a lot of broken hairs, so I'm just picking it off the top of her head. So what I want to do is I really want to flat iron her. I want to get her hair as sleek as possible, and I don't work with Kanekalon often, so this is going to be an interesting experience for me, and I'm hoping I don't mess it up too much. I am actually going to maybe just do like a little strand test first before I even move forward with flat ironing the hair, because I don't know if I've flat ironed Kanekalon before. At least I don't flat iron it often, and I've never done it with this specific flat iron because I bought this last year. Okay, this works. This does work. So I'm gonna keep it at this low temperature because I don't want anything to get burnt. And I'm just gonna go through in her hair, and I'm going to like do little sections, and I'm gonna flat iron them just to really like get the hair like a bit more smoother. And then after that, I am going to put some water wax in it. It's nice. It works pretty well. My thing also with Kanekalon is that it always just feels like it gets knotted. It's just not fun. Also, I had to buy a new stand for this doll. Like, I bought one of those, like, really, not, like, basic, but I feel like this is the doll stand that a lot of, like, maybe, like, Barbie collectors or, like, porcelain antique doll collectors. I just went, look at these. I'm gonna mess with the hair more. It reminds me of the Seed and the White Chicks with the baby powder. Anyways. I'm just gonna comb that out. It's coming out really nicely though, but I do feel like it tends to like, Kanekalon just feels so dry. Like it's a very nice, like it feels nice and soft, but it also feels like very dry and hard to work with when you're trying to like really work with it, and it feels like it just gets knotted up very easily. Also, I probably sound a little bit congested. When I started filming, I felt a little bit better, but then as I kept talking, I think I just felt more congested. I think I have a sinus infection, so if I seem like ugh, it's because of that. Like I've just had like pressure all up in my sinuses and it's been really painful. But I wanted to get through some things. I took off today because I was not feeling it. I was like, I don't think I can go into work and like do things properly. So I had a nice chill day, and now I'm trying to like, you know, get some stuff done in the evening. It is ironing very nicely, so I do appreciate that. I think really washing it and like detangling, as you saw in the process before, it did really help. I also today, I just uploaded my fixing Cleopatra's hair video from LOL OMG Fierce. So I'm hoping people like that. That's kind of like my first foray into maybe doing some more like doll restoration things or just fixing up dolls on camera. Because I usually do everything like off camera, but I do want to maybe like share more of like what I know, how I do things, or like even like learning things with y'all. I feel like that could be really fun. Whoever's interested, let me know. I also have, I want to do something on polypropylene because I feel like that's something a lot of people ask for, and also like nylon, even saran, even though I think saran is like one of the easiest ones to get through. It, you know, some people may have questions and stuff, and I get a lot of questions about the products I use, which is why I want to do these videos. And I went through, I flat ironed her hair. It's looking pretty good so far. This doll is still like really like limpy though. Also, I got distracted before, but I did get her this stand, and it's not the best stand. Like I wish this was like more around her waist, but I also feel like it is holding her up. And I just hate how like loose the doll is, and I think I might like glue her head to like stay in the upright position because it's really bugging me. But if I felt like it was the only doll stand I could find in a size that would suit her, so that's why I got it. And I spent like 20 bucks on it. Like I didn't think the one stand by itself would be so expensive, but I do know like there's like metal and stuff, and like maybe like the materials are more expensive. And I got it off Amazon if anybody cares. I am gonna take a little bit of glue and see if I can just try to like sneak it into like where her neck is. I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes and see if it like really holds the head in place, or if she'll just end up going all wacky again, and then we can continue on with the rest of the restoring process. Okay, I've let her head dry a little bit, and it's actually staying in place a bit. It's still a little bit wobbly, but I'm gonna move forward and like work with her. And I also plugged in my crimping iron because I really want to try crimps on her. The only thing I'm worried about is that with my crimping iron, I don't know the lowest setting, like the temperature it's at, because the temperature settings are low, medium, and high. So I put it on low. So let's hope it's like a low enough temperature to not burn the hair. And this crimping iron I got off Mercari, to be honest. It's a bedhead one from TG, and I was gonna like buy an actual crimping iron, but then I was like, why don't I just buy a used one? So I bought a used one, and it's worked well for me. I use it a lot on nylon hair. I also like to use it on polypropylene hair if I want to give some nice crimps. And I just did the thing again. I just combed her hair. I shouldn't have done that. And here, her hair's looking really good so far though. Like it looks super duper smooth, and I'm really impressed with myself, honestly, for the progress that I've made on her. I have like gone back and forth about wanting to open up this doll. I mean, the doll was open already, but about like really like opening her, like having her on display, doing something more with her, because I really like her design. I like the aesthetic. I liked the Teen Trends dolls, and I like really wanted this doll when I was a kid. So I feel like, you know, I didn't do myself justice by giving her a chance when I got her at that thrift store 11 years ago, but here we are now 11 years later. And then also on top of that, like 16 years after the fact that I wanted her, really trying to give her a better life. So that's my that's my story on Kiana. And I have this little organizer that I have from Dollar Tree, and I like to put all my stuff in it. Right now it's like a little bit disorganized because I have 3 open jars of water wax, and that's the Dolphy water wax. It's Dollfie water wax. If you search it up on Google, it is the first thing to come up. They're about $4 a jar, and honestly, it's like one of the most life-changing things in like being a doll collector for me. Like, it's helped me do a lot of doll hairstyles, and it helps smooth the hair down, and I think it's a lifesaver, honestly. And I think I want to do something with some clips, and I have like clips that I get from Dollar Tree as well, and I have 2 different sizes. I don't know what size I'm gonna use yet, and just for reference, like this is like a regular human size clip, and then this one, it's for humans, but it is a bit more doll sized, and I like using these on like the actual smaller dolls. But because Kiana is a bigger doll technically, I don't know which one I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna test it out and see which size I like better. And I'm gonna be honest, I think I might go for the smaller size. Like, I don't know, there's something about it. Do you see that? I kind of like the smaller size. Thinking I might go for the smaller size, even though like I don't want to dip into my smaller sized ones because they are limited, and they come in a lot of funky colors, and I like to keep all like the really good like neutral colors for my dolls that I really care about. I do have a black one here, so let me see if I can find another black one. Cool if I had a green one to really match the skirt a bit more. Maybe I do. Okay, I found another black one. I feel like I bought more of these recently, and I don't know if the ones that I've recently bought are in this pile or if I kept them separate. You know what? I'll just go with it. You know why? Because I just I don't feel like looking for the other set that I bought. If I did buy another set. Sorry, I'm rambling. But yeah, my little organizer is like it's a little bit random. So I have like random hair ties in here that are small. And I think I got those from Dollar Tree as well. And then I have my elastics that I buy from Amazon. And then I have my little butterfly clips, which I think I also got from Dollar Tree, but these ones are super cute. I feel like, I don't remember buying them, but like, I feel like they are from Dollar Tree. I have like those rainbow high, huge hair clips. And then the middle here is like miscellaneous stuff. So I have like a Bratzilla's hat. And then I have a mini fashion lip gloss. I have these really cute hair clips that I got from a like random dollar store, and they're lip shaped, and I use these on my live in concert Jade funky fashion makeovers, and I kind of want to reserve them for Bratz. And I do have some funky fashion makeover heads I need to fix up, so I'll keep those for my main girls. But what I'm gonna do, let me clean up real quick. I have like clips all over the place now. I'm going to dip into my water wax, and I'm just going to take a small-ish amount. I'm going to take a little bit more than usual because she has a lot of hair. And I'm going to rub it on my fingers until it's a more clear and a bit more consistent. And I'm just going to go into her hair. You can't even see, actually. Let me show you. I just go into the hair. I try to avoid the face as much as possible because it can make the face look greasy. And she's already had enough. She's had a greasy face for a lot of her life. So I just want to avoid her face. But if it does get on the face, you can just get a wet paper towel and wipe it off, no biggie. But I'm just going to go through her hair with the water wax. And I'm really also going to focus on the top of her head. So get on the top of the head as well. You just really want to maintain those flyaways with this stuff. Get it all around the hair. Really smooth it down. I do think it would be much easier to work with her if her body was sturdier, but we're gonna make it work. And I just go through it. I'm also just consistently like just dipping my fingers in a little bit, rubbing at my fingers and going through the hair. So I probably did about like 6 to 7 dips into the pot, but there's still a lot left because I don't use too much when I go in with it. And then I'm gonna like wet my fingers. And I always keep a spray bottle handy. Ooh, I just dropped my spray bottle. I keep a little spray bottle handy so I can like just spray my fingers. And then I just keep a nice little towel ready so that I can always like just rub them when I'm doing doll hair. I was on a FaceTime call recently with a friend and they saw me just wet my fingers and like wipe them on a towel and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing doll hair. And then I'm gonna go in with my comb. My comb has been through a lot lately. And I'm just gonna comb through the hair again. And the head is back to doing head rolls, neck rolls. I wish her head wasn't doing all of that. And I'm also really focusing on combing on the top of the head because I keep trying to like fix her thatching and it looks bad at that angle. Oh my goodness. It's because I'm holding some hair back. But I'm really trying to like lay the hair down. Her neck situation is really bugging me. But I think I'm going to go in with my wig mist and I'm just going to spray the top of the hair to like really lay down the roots. I'm going to do some light spritzes. Okay, I sprayed the top of the hair and I think I'm just going to go whoop with my hand. I'm going to comb it just a bit to get some of those flyaways down. Her arm is like popping out of her socket. Like, get it together, Kiana, please. I don't know how kids fully enjoyed these. I would have hated this as a kid. Like, I think I would have loved the concept of this as a kid, but I think I would have hated how, like, loose the joints are. Unless it's just my specific doll that's, like, being like this, and it just went through a lot of wear and tear from the previous owner. But she's, like, really just, like... That's what I get for talking smack about it. I just hit my display. And there goes Yasmin. It's always my collector Yasmin. She likes to fall lately. It used to always be Sasha and Jade, and now it's collector Yasmin. I'm gonna go in with the clips and I'm gonna put the clips in her hair. Kind of like clipped off bang moment. Oof. Ooh, I just messed up her hair. I hate this angle, honestly. The doll's so tall that you can't really see what's happening. Okay, here's what I have so far. So I clipped off her like front bangs just to like, I don't know. I feel like it's sort of like a moment. I kind of don't like how the pins are popping out, but we're gonna like roll with the punches here. And I do want to like crimp her hair. Like I want to give her some like crimps in here. I don't know if I should just do like a top portion or like this portion. I think we're just gonna try to like crimp here and hope for the best. Okay, I'm scared. I'm gonna crimp a little bit on the bottom. Okay. Whew, that crimped. That crimped. It was a crimp. I really just don't like Kanekalon a lot. Like it's my least, like I feel like I can work better with even like polypropylene just because I feel like sometimes there is like more ability to work with it, whereas with Kanekalon it just feels very dry and it feels very like anything could happen with it at any moment. I am trying to now crimp Kanekalon. Crimp Kanekalon. Okay, I'm just going in with my crimper. I'm gonna do it very lightly. Okay, that's cute. Crimp it funky if you dare. Okay, so we got some crimps here. I like it. Not bad. Not bad. Do you know what? I almost feel like it helps mend the hair a bit better. Maybe I'll just do a light comb over that. I don't want to comb it and like make it all like fuzzy. You can't see it really well, can you? It feels a bit more in line with like the whole going out like theme that this fashion pack is doing or trying to do. I'm gonna use this loose comb and just try to like comb it out a bit. We're gonna do the other side. Okay, we're crimping. I've never crimped Kanekalon before. And like honestly, to be fair, I try to avoid Kanekalon like the plague. So I don't think I've ever given my chance to crimp Kanekalon or curl it. or really care for it. I'm liking the way this is turning out. The crimps are like subtle, but not too subtle. Like it's just subtle enough that it adds a little bit more flair. I feel like I wanted for this doll. I was kind of liking just the straight hair for a moment, but then I was like, I want to spice things up a little. I'm trying to think of like what else I can do. I feel like I kind of just want to leave the rest alone. Crimp her off. You see little crimps going on? Crimpalicious. I love crimps. I think crimps are so cute. And I especially love it like on dolls in like the 2000s. Like it makes so much sense in my head. Like I really am a product of Bratz. I am a product of growing up with Bratz. I try not to use super glue often on dolls, but sometimes I really like, if I know I want something to be permanent, I'll be like, yeah, I'll put super glue on it. I just hate like when it gets all over the place, like it's about to right now. Okay, I'm gonna add like a few finishing touches to her. I'm gonna like put her purse on. I'm gonna try to pose her as best as possible with this like limpy body, and then I'm going to flip the camera over and I'm going to give you a better view of what she looks like in her final form. So okay, y'all, here is the finished product, and I am really happy with how she turned out. I definitely think the main drawback for me is just the joints and like the way everything is very loose, but I think now that she has a stand, it's a lot better, and her face is no longer sticky, and I just love that so much. Her hair just looks so much better to me. I like that I was able to get it out of her face, although here you can see where I glued her neck, and I'll probably just try to like put some rubbing alcohol on that and just like clean it up with a Q-tip or something. But for now, I'm really satisfied with how she turned out. I think this just looks so cute, so much better than how she looked before. I'm genuinely impressed with myself. I mean, here's some like flyaways happening, but that's normal. I'm really happy with how she turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments. First of all, about Teen Trends, because this was definitely a very short-lived line, but I know a lot of people recall it, and it definitely has some roots in the Bratz community in terms of just being remembered by Bratz fans because of the name controversy, and yeah, very interesting history there, but I'm really happy with how she turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments about this little restoration, if you want to see more restorations. I can't guarantee if I can do specific dolls, but I can definitely do more dolls in my collection that I want to restore. Again, I'm just really happy with how she turned out, and I love the little crimps I did. I just think it really fits her vibe super well. She's definitely giving me Avril Lavigne vibes, but also like, you know, I secretly love Mary-Kate and Ashley type vibes. I don't know. Definitely giving like school dance or something, like royally rebellious in the mid-2000s. Like, this is her vibe. She owns it. I'll give it to her. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more doll content. Make sure to follow me on all socials at LookinBratz. Hold the G. Can you hold it? And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.